back to communication. It is a key component in your life, but in real estate as well. And it's one thing we want to talk about because I've noticed a lot lately that there's been miscommunications abound. Shannon, I mean, you're pretty direct with your communication with me. She's been zinging me all day, people.
Yeah.
But let's look at this. I mean, with us living in the digital age and so much on text and email, is it really something to worry about? I mean, do you need to think about your tonality?
Probably now more than ever with digital age. Yeah.
And why?
Well, because before when we communicate with someone, we would call them or be in front of them, and someone could read your cadence of how you're speaking, or they can, feel you have stress in your voice, things of that nature. But now when you're sending a text or you're sending an email, we're constantly doing digital back and forth, and you're not actually having that interpersonal communication with someone. It's very easy to not know. I mean, I just apologized to you this morning for sounding rude the other day on a text message because when I reread it, it sounded rude. And
I was at home crying.
I know it crushed you, and I felt bad because that wasn't my intent. I was just coming back with a question.
Yeah.
But I think now more than ever, it's very important to be more aware of that.
Yeah. And honestly, in that example, in my mind, I just give leeway, like, oh, she didn't mean it like rude or anything. She was just asking a question. But a lot of people don't. And we communicate a lot on email and text. And I realized that a while back when I was just having a normal conversation with a seller on email, and come to find out, I talked with them later in person. They were super heated. And I didn't realize it.
Right.
I mean, I was just going back and forth, like I wouldn't say dry, but I was very matter of fact with how I was communicating, just because I was busy and, we just needed to get this stuff through this section of the deal. And man, he was hot under the collar. And he felt like I wasn't taking into consideration his feelings or whatever else. And that's okay. It was just an eye-opening experience to me. Like, oh, I need to go back to being cognizant of, the person on the other end. The communication component is pretty important.
Do you guys watch Key and Peele?
On occasion.
They have a short about this where they are like texting each other back and forth. And one of them's like, oh, exclamation point. And the other's like, oh, okay. And so it's like, they're just like saying it out loud to each other, but it's a funny one. I actually have seen that one. Yeah. And the one he's getting all hot and he's, texting back. And it was like, oh, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's it. That is, it reigns true with text messages and emails. Have you found that to be the case, Aspen? Have you felt maybe the communication could have been better in certain instances? Yeah, I think it also is matching like your client's communication style. I know if someone's a lot younger, they might be more okay with the quick little text or email. Anyone who has text or emails me knows I'm very direct and very short. I just don't I think whenever I first started in real estate, I would do these big long emails and it was so much detail. And that was probably actually doing a disservice to my clients a little bit because it was not the information that they needed right then versus this is what you need to focus on right now. And then later on, we'll focus on this. You still have those intro ones, under contract, here's all your information. But for the most part, just sending sounds great is fine. Yeah. I think but if someone's constantly sending you really long ones, you probably need to respond with a little bit longer than you normally would. You don't just thumbs up the comment? Yeah, sometimes. That's my go-to. Exclamation point. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you get the big long, 3 or 4 big long texts and you're like, thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Okay. When someone says okay, I'm like, okay. I just think okay is rude. Yeah. And K is fine, K period, not fine. I'm like, oh, okay. I need to take notes. Yeah, I was going to say. Because that doesn't even register for me at all.